Today I will talk to you about how to successfully handle your dog's instincts. So it can be a hunting instinct, a sexual instinct, an instinct where he wants to protect you, or that he's even afraid. A, B, C. A, do not compete with your dog's instincts. That means do not offer him something else in an alternative for the behavior you do not want. B, you cannot pretend that the instinct is not there. You need to address the focus your dog has. You need to address what your dog is doing or focusing on. C. There are wonderful trainings, search trainings, and also training where your dog is fetching you things. And if these trainings are developed and done in a good way, it is always also a training for a dog to control himself, not to go after every impulse. A, do not compete with your dog's instincts. You are offering him a treat, for instance. But it doesn't have to be that. It's enough that you are calling his name. Or you are trying to get him, you are trying, there we already have a mistake. You are trying is not good in praising your dog, and absolutely not good when your dog is instinct-driven, focusing or doing something you do not want him to do. Then you should not try anything. And you should not offer him a commando, giving him a commando, telling him to come or begging him to come. That is putting yourself very low in front of your dog, and it is the wrong signal. Competing with his instincts can also be that you are outside and he's after something. You think you have a very smart idea that you're going to hide, you go somewhere else, and you hope for that he will think, oh no, get a bit scared and no, I'm going to go to my mom. And you wait, maybe it comes, maybe not, and how long it will take, you don't know. And what will happen in the meantime, you do not know. These are problems, and it's not very you can enjoy the walk. You are giving your dog the wrong signals. When it happens again and again, that intensified attention from you, he gets actually maybe worst case only when at these times when he's focusing on something you do not want. Dogs, they hear your voice and they notice that now you're really interested and now you really want him to come to you. It's also that if you take, for example, you are going to hide behind a tree for him to maybe to come to you. This is a happening. When, for example, for 10 minutes of the walk, nothing happens. And all of a sudden, all of a sudden you're gone, you're behind a tree, or you start running, or your energy changes, change of dynamics. These are happenings to your dogs or dog, and he will notice it. He will also notice if your body language all of a sudden you are there. These are happenings for your dog, and dogs love it when something happens, and they love excitement. So this is gonna manifest in his behavior. Finally something is happening. All of a sudden his owner is like compared to the rest of the walk really over the top. So this is like you will go around in a circle if you look it in a big picture, because you will feed his behavior. Animals in nature, it will be a different thing. They might, I imagine, enjoy it very much when there is no excitement and they can relax and play and whatever. They have a different life. Our dogs are made to live because of us, because we put them in an apartment, because we take them only for these couple of walks a day where nothing is happening. These happenings are really like nourishment for your dog's behavior. B, give him the correct signal. No. That means, for instance, if he wants to go after a cat, he is most probably 98% of his brain is with the cat. 2% maybe is for the rest of the world and for you. And the only correct thing and the most safe thing for the situation, but also for raising him, is to give him the signal, no. You have your voice, you can touch, or then you will need voice, touch and voice, or I highly recommend an interrupt signal. Then you would have trained this interrupt signal with your dog before, so you could use it when he is 98% with the cat. This is a kind of no. We need a no for the situation, but for the bigger picture, for you to have a dog who understands what you do want from him, do not want from him. You want to give your dog as much freedom as possible, and you want to be able to let go and trust him. And for that, we do not only need to get through this situation, we need to give him the right signals so he knows what his owner wants from him. You have to address what your dog is doing. You have to address what he is focusing on. You cannot pretend it is not there. If it is not clear to your dog that you are getting what is going on, that means a smell, a movement, or all of it, smell, movement and sound. If he doesn't get that you are getting what is happening, he thinks you do not notice the danger, you do not notice the good smell, or you do not see the movement, hear the sound, he to him you are not capable. That is going to make him focus even harder on the smell, the movement, the danger, the excitement, because she is not getting it. So these are instincts. It is important, and you don't even get it, so he has to be there. When do you give that signal? No. When he's already going after the cat, when you see that he's focusing on the cat, it can be anything else. You do it as soon as possible, because you want to win. And the longer your dog is focusing on something which is triggering his instincts, it's going to intensify. He's going to be more and more drawn into that world, and the longer you wait, the more you will have to higher your volume. If you notice he is getting excited about something you do not want, do not wait. And it's not like you are punishing your dog or something. You do not want that to happen. You are a human, you can think more, like plan to the future. So, but also about being fair, and it's to your dog, and it's more simple for you, because you will not have to higher your volume, which is also good for your dog. So there will not be such a big conflict. We want to minimize conflicts. We want to be a team, and we minimize conflicts in general. There are things where you would do it otherwise, but now in general it is like this. But there is another reason why you want to do it as soon as possible, and that is when your dog is doing something, he gets used to do it like this, and it's like in the grass, you go in a certain pattern in the grass, and you do it again and again, and there will be like a road. Imagine this in your dog's brain. Well, he will take this path, and the more times he takes this path, it will be so easy for him. He sees the road already. You in the grass, there is the path, you go the same path. So you don't want him to get used to going this way, because then he will always, it will be so easy to go this way, and it will be a lot of effort, or more effort for you, and time to teach him and to behave in a certain way, so he can learn to behave in a new way. C. There are wonderful ways to train your dog, and where you can use his instincts for your own benefit, and eventually for his benefit, because he will enjoy the training, and if you do it in a good way, he will learn to not to go after every impulse. He will learn to work with the instinct you are asking for, to go after the smell, for instance, you are asking for, and to ignore other smells, other sounds, other movements. Teaching your dog to control himself, and this training, if he has this training in his baggage, during the training he learns to control himself. So when you later you do not train in that moment, but he has trained to not go after every impulse, and to look to his owner. What does my owner want me to do? And this training cannot be a reaction to your dog's behavior when he's doing something you do not want to, when he's focusing on something you do not want to. You do not use this training like an alternative, because it is giving your dog the wrong signal, and it will in the long run manifest in his behavior, and it will make him focus more on exactly the things you do not want him to focus on. But also, if you give elements of the training you have done with your dogs, like search training, apportering, if you use that when he's focusing on something you do not want him to focus on, you are always measuring your work that you have accomplished with your dog with this protecting you, going after a female dog. You are measuring this again and again with these other instincts and things that your dog does on his own initiative, and you are putting your work with your dog up against that all the time. And the worst case scenario is that he really loses all interest in your search training, your apportering training, and he says like, well, there's a real duck, and you are lowering the value of your training. You are begging him with your training. No matter how beautiful the training is, it's the wrong signal. But as I said, in worst case, he will lose all interest. It will make him think it is not worth so much. Have a nice walk with your dog, many walks, and if you have questions or something you are very, very interested in and that I might be able to help you with, please write, and thank you very much.